Dear students, in this example, it is being asked to write the functions of the following in communication systems. First is receiver and the second is demodulator. So first let's define them and how they are defined. So we'll first define the receiver. So we'll write about the receiver. Now very plain definition that a receiver extracts the desired message signals from the received signals. And where does this happen? At channel output. Similarly, what's a demodulator? Now this is something which is very important. So it is something that is does the opposite of what a modulator does. So we'll discuss in detail very soon what both of them do. Now let's write about the demodulator. Basically, we will describe the demodulation process here. So what is first the process of demodulation is done by a demodulator. So let's see what is demodulation. So it is the process of retrieval of information from the carrier carrier wave at the receiver is termed as demodulation. And this process is carried out by a device called demodulator, and the reverse process is modulation. And we already know there are different types of modulation, like amplitude modulation and frequency modulation, that is AM and FM. That is how we know the radios. So let's look at this here. This is a good example of modulation in which this is the signal and this is where you are changing the amplitude with respect to time. So this is known as amplitude modulation, and this is frequency modulation, in which amplitude is constant but frequency is changing. Now this is a basic communication system wherein sound is being trapped by the microphone and then it is being modulated, and before it is being sent over the channel towards the receiver end, it is being amplified first and then transmitted. And now at the receiver end, the antenna catches the signal, again amplifies it because the signal has some attenuation, and then the demodulator that we are going to study about is at the receiver end. It demodulates the modulated signal. For example, we just want this signal to be there. We already have the modulated signal. For example, in this case, the modulated signal is an amplitude modulated signal. So internally it does a rectification in which it does only takes the partial wave and then it rectifies that. So in rectification we get this output, and in filtering we get back the demodulated signal. So that is in-depth analysis of modulation and demodulation, and these processes are carried out by modulators and demodulators. So this will be the answer to our question.